On Sunday, the Baltimore Ravens fell to 1-5 on the season, this time losing to the Los Angeles Rams 17-3. Well, the game was a 14-point difference. Doug, you argue on Athlon Sports that the Ravens did have chances in this game, but a particular goal line sequence may have cost them. Take us through what you saw there.
This was really frustrating. Todd Monken is a good coach, their offensive coordinator. He was awesome at Georgia, and he's done some good things with the Ravens. But when Lamar Jackson is out, you're alternating between Cooper Rush and Snoop Huntley as your quarterbacks. The Rams are loading the box with like 13 every time because they know your passing game is just non-existent. And Derrick Henry is just beating the Rams' really, really good defensive line, actually front seven to death. And okay, so 3:38 left in the first half. LeJontay Wester's 35-yard punt return put the ball at the Los Angeles 32. In the next 5 plays, Henry got the Ravens down to the Rams' 1-yard line with consecutive rushing attempts. They handed it to Henry 5 times. He got him from the 32 to the 1. And he was just demolishing the Rams' defensive line with not a lot of great blocking. So 2nd and goal at the 1, 3 chances to get a touchdown, by giving the ball to El Tractorcito. That's his nickname, and it's the best. What did Todd Monken do? He called 2 ill-advised tush-push plays with tight end Mark Andrews as the ball carrier, and Henry was Andrews' tush-pusher. He was running behind. The 2 plays gained a total of no yards. Baltimore was very lucky, by the way. Go watch this play. Referee Alex Kemp's crew ruled that Andrews' forward progress had stopped on what looked like a 3rd down fumble. That probably should have been a defensive touchdown. And then on 4th and goal, the idea was to give the ball to Henry, but reserve tight end Zaire Mitchell-Payton, who I had actually never heard of before, was in the backfield aligned as the fullback. The idea was for this guy, TE4, to pull out and block Jared Verse from out of the backfield. You can guess how that went. 2-yard loss, Verse tackles Henry, drive over. I have eviscerated Monken for getting too cute in the playoffs before. It's like you have Lamar Jackson, but you're not going to run zone reads. You have Derrick Henry, so you're only going to run the ball 6 times. It's like the guy wants to outsmart himself or prove that even with all these great tools, it's my wonderful, beautiful mind that makes it go. And I'm an X's and O's nerd, but what they say about the Jimmies and the Joes, that's just as important. And I watched that series over and over on NFL Plus during the afternoon games, and then I watched it again on the All-22 this morning, and I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. And it's bad enough that they have all these injuries. John Harbaugh is being asked every week, well, what about your offensive coordinator? What about Zach Orr, the defensive coordinator? Are you going to make any changes? And now the Ravens have a bye, so they have an extra week to think about all this stuff. I mean, I'm not always a you are what your record says you are proponent, but I think this looks like a 1-5 team to me.
So on that note, the Ravens are now 1-5, as Doug was saying, and they're on their bye. Luke, do you think they could bounce back after Lamar Jackson gets back and make the playoffs?
I mean, I think they can because of number 8, and I think he's capable of doing that. I don't know if he's enough if that defense doesn't get somewhere near mediocre, because they're not even close to that right now. They are a very, very bad defense, and I think that I never thought I'd say those words about a Baltimore Ravens defense, but they're really, really bad right now. And so if the offense is going to be tasked with putting up 35, 40 points a game, I don't think they can bounce back, because I don't think you should be able to expect that from any offense. But if they can get to average on defense, anywhere close to average, if they can, I know they might get a little healthier, but some of those guys aren't going to come back and aren't going to be the same player. I think I have all the faith in the world in Lamar Jackson. I really do. It's going to take some help for them to be able to sneak into the playoffs. I think if they make it as a wild card, it's going to be a miracle. You're basically going to have to win out to ensure that happens. And if you don't, you're going to need a lot of help. So I believe in the playmakers they have on that side of the ball. I got to see it from the coaches if I'm going to believe that. And right now, I think that's going to be a really hard road if they don't get a ton of help.
I think it's tough when the guy who can best stop your offensive weapons is the guy calling the plays.
That's problematic.
Yeah.
So do you think it's time to move on from Harbaugh? Is that even in consideration here?
I don't think that. No. The equity.
That's a careful what you wish for kind of thing.
It's like Tomlin. The equity is so built up. I don't think so, but I do think he needs to take a hard look at what his coaches are doing and not doing.
I don't think John Harbaugh's the problem. I don't think he's the problem. I think they're further down the list than that. They're big problems, but I think they can be fixed, and I don't think you throw that out.
Harbaugh is more the 30,000-foot level guy. I mean, he was a special teams coach. He's not an offensive or defensive mind per se. He's not calling either side of the ball in game. He overlooks the whole thing, and he trusts his coaches. But this is a week now that you have a bye to audit what they're doing and what they're not doing. And maybe it is time to make a change on one or both sides of the ball, because they got Kyle Hamilton back from injury against the Rams. They had Kyle Hamilton playing in the box all the time because they had to, when Hamilton saved their season last year by becoming a deep third safety. So they're taking their best players and putting them in really weird situations. I mean, I agree Harbaugh's not the problem, but if he doesn't find solutions, he will become part of the problem, and it will rest more and more on him. That you're the head coach, you're the main guy, that's what happens.
So what do you think? Can the Ravens bounce back from their 1-5 start? Let us know in the comments below.